Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to my day number 29 of this amazing journey. I am sharing it with you because I am so excited. I tell y'all, it has been amazing. I only have one more day, day number 30, and I can jump on over to the X39, which is the performance. Man, I'm telling you, I don't know what. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. I keep saying I don't know what y'all gonna do with me. I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Let me tell y'all what happened on yesterday. And again, this is all in sharing this journey because I hope that it is reaching. Well, I know that it's reaching people because I'm getting the phone calls. I'm getting people to join the team, and people are just ready to live a quality life. It's been so much heaviness going on for so long. I think this is a great opportunity to reset, right? And that's what I've taken it as, opportunity to reset, an amazing gift that's been given to me so that I can perform better, so that I can relieve pain, creating better performance in my whole life, right? So let me tell you what happened on yesterday. Yesterday was a long, grueling day for me. Okay. I'm telling you, it was back to back to back things and challenges and just hurdles to keep jumping over. Have you ever had one of those days where you had hurdles after hurdle after hurdle? Well, that was my yesterday. Let me tell you what happened. 7 o'clock last night, I decided to grab a cup of tea and just sit back for a minute and just close my eyes. Y'all know what happened when you do that, right? Closed my eyes. And when I woke up, yes, when I woke up, it was about a little bit after 9. I said, oh my goodness, there's things I needed to do. Deadlines and stuff I needed to take care of. So I started to work on some technical things. You all know when you're not a technical person, well, you have the left brainers and you have the right brainers. I am an extreme right brainer. I am so creative. I will create, make a vision, put a project in a book, put a project in a book. If you all looked behind the scenes, you will see I have books everywhere where I have started to write projects or write things out. It's the implementation part that's a little bit more challenging for me because that's the left brain work, right? Cross the T's, dot the I's, right? So yesterday I said, let me handle and tackle some of these left brain chores. Oh my goodness. I thought it was going to be grueling because some of it was technical, learning some of these new platforms and everything. So I started to do it at about a little bit after 9 o'clock. And let me tell you, this is where the patch come in. The X39 patch had my brain, my mental clarity was so sharp. I started going through some of these technical things and I shocked myself because I said, wait, I understood it. And it was just the first read or the first video, video lesson. Oh my God, wait a minute. And I kept going and I kept going. And it was just like a bright light. Like I could understand this technical stuff without having to rewind, take notes, take notes. It was like the first run out. I understood it. And I said, oh my God, the fog brain is lifting. The focus is there. The mental clarity, the concentration. See, these are non-tangible things that turn tangible, but they're non-tangible things that you have to experience for yourself. So I tell you, it was amazing to me. That's why today's title is Unlocking the Brain from and going from surviving to thriving, because sometimes we go through life in the survival mode and we don't even understand how truly of a deficit we're running on, right? So we don't understand that until we something clicks us over to the thriving side, and then we are amazed at how we were getting through the other stuff, right? Sometimes it's like when you have your hand over the cliff and you're holding on for dear life and it feels like you're in quicksand, and you're just pedaling, 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 and every day, so you're surviving. But when you get to the thriving, you're above the water, you're above that, you're walking on the land, and now you are going all over the place and you're doing what you need to do when things are happening. And I mean, oh my goodness, scripture tells us that you know them by their fruit, and now you're able to produce good fruit because now you're no longer in survival mode, you're now thriving, right? Oh my goodness, it's nothing like a good well, think about a good juicy pineapple, right? Ripe, and you cut into it and you know how sweet it is. That's what thriving feels like. There's a song by Mary Mary. And it goes, God has smiled on me. He has set me free. I think that is like amazing, right? And yes, I'm in a singing mood today, y'all. I know when I'm doing my best because I want to sing, right? And so I am in my best mode and I want to share that. I want to patch everybody, right? I kept saying, ooh, I just want to share this with everybody. And that's why I started this journey, this 30-day journey, so that we could see it as I'm learning it, as I'm experiencing it, as I'm sharing it with other people. You can see the difference, right? People keep telling me they see the difference, and I do too, right? It's a heaviness that's been lifted. And that song by Mary Mary is a great uh I want to say theme song for the patch because that's what it feels like. But I also wanted to talk to you about, I was on the post today and I listened to rather a post by one of my coaches, Mr. Marcus Ogden, and it hit it spot on. He talked about the Wizard of Oz. Now, y'all, the Wiz is one of my favorites, right? With Dorothy and Toto and the Scarecrow and the Lion and the Tin Man, right? But I love the Wiz, the rendition by Michael Jackson and Diana Ross, Nipsey Russell, and a whole bunch of other greats, right? I love that rendition of it. But when he talked about the Wizard of Oz and how you go through the tornado, I equate the tornado in this patch journey as the survival part, right? You're going through life, you're aching, you're paining, you're attributing that, oh, that's age, or oh, I hurt myself, I fell down and that leg never worked right, or I was in an accident and this happened or what have you. Yes, all that is true. But think about that. That's the tornado because we've been going through life. Let me pop this pain pill, and for me, it's been the salve, which has been such a blessing. The soothing salve, you can get some of that too. It's in the description box, right? But the salve has been so instrumental at helping me to be able to get out of the bed and survive every day, right? And not be in a wheelchair and not have to take a lot of prescription medication. So it's been great for me. But again, I'm still surviving and it's helping me to relieve the pain in survival. But when I couple that with the patch, now we're going over to thriving. So like within the Wiz or the Wizard of Oz, they came out of Toto and Dorothy came out of that tornado, and then they went over into Munchkin Land, where there was all of the flowers, the rainbows, and just a wonderful, amazing space to be in. That's what thriving is like for me. Since I've been on the patch, I've been up to the thriving side, sort of like on the roller coaster when you're going and it's steady going up and up and up. Only in this, there's no crash, right? But when you go up in a roller coaster, you anticipate that crash. But with the X39 patch and from what I'm hearing, the testimonies about the X49 patch, there's no crash. So imagine that. Imagine the fun of going up in a roller coaster. There's no crash. You're just gonna keep getting better and keep getting better, keep getting closer and closer and closer, higher in the sky, but there's no crash. Isn't that wonderful? Oh my God, that is good, good, good. That's some real pure goodness. So I just wanted to talk about that today about, the big thing is the mental clarity. And as I'm learning more and more about it, there's so many of us that have suffered through, complex PTSD. That's trauma after trauma after trauma without any of the trauma being resolved and it continues to perpetuate. So now when you get to that piece of progressive trauma, it's not a good place to be. So we do have to work through it. And that's what the Get Trauma Informed podcast is all about. And that's why we're premiering March the 26th, y'all, just a couple of days. We have a phenomenal premiere for you. And then we're going to get into some true conversations and bring some resources like the X39 patch, like the soothing salve. We even have an amazing, incredible dentist that's going to come on and talk to us about concussions and about, what's happening with our head. Phenomenal coaches, coming on that is going to talk to us about, how we succeed. We have even a entrepreneurial corner. We're going to talk about things to help us succeed as entrepreneurs. Because think about that. Being an entrepreneur and going through trauma, hey, we're resilient too. We want to succeed too, right? whole segment of people that it seems like society pushes to the side because you are working on your mental health. There has to be a message that goes out that say, if we get trauma informed and the people around us are trauma informed, we can have better outcomes. We can help more people, right? We can serve more people. Judge Lynn Toller talked about it in a clip that you saw the other day. And the clip, she talked about not being ashamed because one part of her brain is not working properly, right? Remember, in trauma, a lot of people have been struck with trauma just out of mere proximity of being caught up in somebody else's warpath or somebody else's rage. But does that mean that they are less than or they're less qualified because they were a victim in somebody else's warpath of trauma? Or somebody else do trauma on them because they never handled their own trauma or their own situations? What about all the children that are affected because they come out of domestic violence homes or they come out of being abused in homes? Does that mean we just throw them aside? Or do we all as a society, we learn about the effects of trauma? We learn how to effectively work with people that have suffered trauma. We learn how to identify what that looks like because the person that has suffered through the trauma may not even know that they're being triggered, that something is happening. And triggers are very, very important that we understand it and that we do not make light of them with anybody, right? That we do not make light of them. So I wanted to come on today and just talk about unlocking the brain so we can go from surviving to thriving. And when you can do that and you have the right tools and the support system around you and the community to help you do that, we can have amazing outcomes. We have only just started to unlock the power of a community that comes together that is absolutely trauma informed and understands it, right? Because oftentimes this is something that just resonated with me. Oftentimes people don't understand trauma, so it's a fear, and people act irrational out of fear. And so I am here to say, all right, if the community has to start right here, well, let's get trauma informed and get some better outcomes, right? So I look forward to everybody popping on the premiere on March the 26th, 2024, because this is going to be playing for a long time. So the Get Trauma Informed podcast, get behind the movement. It's not just a podcast, but it is definitely a movement. And I am so grateful to have the tools and resources to not only help myself, but to help others unlock what is it we're talking about today? Unlock the brain. I get excited. Unlock the brain and help us to go from surviving to thriving. So if you want more information about this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful journey, look down in the description box and just pop on one of the links. Understand more about what the patch journey is all about what this phototherapy is about how we open up or activate the peptides that are already God's gift to us. They just, because of society, toxins and all this other stuff, they go dormant. So we can go and we can rejuvenate and re-energize those peptides, and we can start getting much, much, much better outcomes. All right. So just like with me and the other day when I, like I said, my brain just started firing up, and all of a sudden it was like I don't know, like a well-oiled machine. And, it was just it started to do what it needed to do. And I'm just excited to be the beneficiary of all this goodness, right? All this progression. Instead of the trauma being progressive, we can halt that, right? Stop it in its tracks and start reversing that process. So anyhow, if you want more information, want to be a part of the community, reach out, and we are available. All the links are in the description box. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Share this information with somebody else. And then I will see you next time. One more day, day 30. All righty. Bye for now.